Hi, I'm Maggie Grove, and we are shooting a 90-minute Bikram Yoga class for Heart Alchemy Yoga, youtube.com/Heart Alchemy Yoga, and we are in Long Beach, California at the Bikram Hot Yoga Studio. So everyone, let's get started. Bring your feet together so your toes and heels are touching, and just have your arms by your side, and just take a moment to bring yourself into the room and just look forward in the mirror. For the next 90 minutes, do the best you can just to focus on yourself. We're going to begin with Pranayama Breathing, so please interlace all 10 fingers underneath your chin. So now your knuckles and chin are glued together. Pull up on your thighs, squeeze your glutes, and please begin to inhale long and deep by your nose. Inhale, elbows lift all the way up, nice and high. Exhale, drop your head all the way back, open your mouth, open your eyes, squeeze your elbow tips away from your chest. Inhale, chin goes down, parallel to the floor. Bring your feet together so your toes and heels are touching, elbows up. Exhale, drop your head all the way back. Look up on the ceiling, squeeze your hands, palms, wrists, touch your elbow tips. Inhale, chin goes down. Inhaling by the nose as you lift your chest up high. Exhale by your mouth. So open your mouth, reach your elbow tips forward, bring your triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, chin goes down, parallel. The body weight's in the heels of the feet and your thighs and glutes are engaged. Exhale, drop your head all the way back. Pull your navel into your spine, engaging your abdominal wall. Inhale, chin goes down. It's a 6-count breath. It's long, deep, and slow. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, drop your head back, shoulders push down away from your ears, your elbow tips reach and stretch forward. Inhale, chin down. Now lift your chest up, lengthen your spine. You're lengthening your spine and getting taller here. Exhale, keep your chest lifted. There's no backward bending. Your spine stays perfectly straight. Inhale, chin goes down. The body weight's in the heels of the feet and your toes are relaxed. Good, exhale, let's do 2 more. So the navel pulls in and feel your ribs wrapping around your lungs. Inhale, chin goes down. Rib cage expands to either side of the room. We're increasing the lung capacity. Exhale, drop the head back. Lift your elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Good, and change. Just bring your arms down by your side. Roll out your shoulders for a moment if that feels good for you. Great, and we do everything twice. Let's do our second set. Interlace all 10 fingers underneath your chin so your knuckles and chin are glued together. Legs nice and solid. Pull up on thighs and begin to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, chin goes down. So we're doing this long, slow, even breath to bring all the systems of the body into balance. Exhale, drop your head back. We're also increasing the lung capacity, so as you work your body, you can still breathe through it. Inhale, chin goes down. So the navel's gonna pull in and the ribs will expand. Exhale, the navel pulls in once again and the ribs wrap around the lungs, squeezing all the air out. Inhale, chin goes down. On the inhalation, try to get a little bit longer. Can you lift your chest? Can you grow your spine? Exhale, keep your spine long. No backward bending, a perfectly straight spine. Inhale, chin goes down. The body weight is slightly back towards the heels. Pull up on the thighs. Exhale, drop the head back. Reach your elbow tips forward like you want to touch the mirror. Let's work on stretching out the shoulders. Good, inhale, chin goes down. So you're gonna lift up, stretch. You're stretching your spine, you're stretching your lungs. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, just a couple more. Inhale, long, slow, and deep. If you can't inhale for the full 6 counts, just hold your breath and wait. Exhale, go slow, long, and deep. And if you don't have that full 6 count exhale, just wait till everyone finishes, and then inhale, chin goes down. So a little bit more each class, the more you practice. Exhale, drop your head back. Good, open your eyes, look up on the ceiling, reach your elbow tips forward. Last one, inhale, chin down. Long, deep breath. Let's circulate all this air in the body. Exhale, drop the head back. Push out anything that's not going to serve you for your practice right here. Push it out. Good, and exhale, arms down by your side. Roll out your shoulders if you'd like for a moment. And let's begin with half moon pose. Please inhale your arms up over your head sideways. Interlace your grip, release your index finger, and cross your thumbs. Lock out your elbows and your knees. Take an inhale breath, stretch up to the ceiling, and just go right and left several times. Right and left, right and left. So this is just a little warm up to see, where the body is right and left, right and left. Feel a nice stretch down both sides of the body. Throughout your practice, try to breathe in and out by your nose. If you ever get in a pose and you're like, I can't breathe, this is overwhelming if you're holding your breath, then you've gone a little too far. So you want to make sure that breath is flowing evenly in and out by the nose. Let's come and stop in the middle. Good. Body weight's in the heels. Legs are just like in pranayama. Arms and ears are now one piece. Inhale, stretch up, get as tall as you can, and begin to bend the body to the right and push your hips out to the left beyond your flexibility. Just look forward and listen carefully. The body weight is in the heels of the feet. Pull up on your thighs, squeezing the glutes. The hips push out to the left. So now on the left side of your body, you feel a deep stretch from the bones to the skin, inside out, all over on the left side of the body. Look forward and bring your chin away from your chest. Try to see your whole throat visible in the mirror. Good. And try to pull your arms back in line with your ears, maybe even a little bit behind your ears. Let's open up those shoulders. And now you start to work a little bit deeper. Use your right hand to pull on the left. Pull and stretch to open up the left side of the body. Come all the way down and change. Come on up. Take a moment. Inhale, lift up towards the ceiling and begin to the left. The body is now bending to the left and the hips are pushing out to the right. So you're pushing your hips out to the right beyond that 90-degree angle. Just want to push them out so you're starting to make this half moon shape on the right side of the body. Now look in the mirror. Are you breathing? Keep the breath in and out by the nose. Pull your arms back a little bit more if you can behind your ears. Good. Squeeze your arms against your ears. Body weight's in the heels. Thighs pulled up, glutes are engaged, and now pull on your right hand. Use your left arm to pull on the right. Open up the whole right side of the body as you come all the way down and push. Change, come on up, stop in the middle. Backward bending, squeeze your glutes, push them forward. Inhale, lift your chest up towards the ceiling and drop your head back. All the way back, backward bend. Arms back, eyes back, look back, go back, and fall back. Arms back a little bit more. Push your stomach, thighs, and hips forward. Come all the way down. Change. Inhale. Come on up to center. Take a breath and fold the body forward. Come all the way down. Good. Separate your hands on the floor. Bend your knees right and left. You bend your right knee. You push your left knee back. And then vice versa. Try to keep the heels on the floor as you bend your knees. Let your head drop. Let it hang like a bowling ball. Good. It's going to open up the whole spine. Little baby coughs you might be hearing. All right, now you're going to squat down about halfway and grab your heels from behind. Two little baby fingers side by side. And then wrap your elbows around the backs of your legs. You might need to bend your knees to do this. And then have your stomach onto your thighs, your chest on your knees. Drop your head, just let it hang, and then try to touch your face on the legs below the knees. From this position, begin to push your hips up towards the ceiling as you push your upper body against your lower body. Now you're pulling on your heels by bending your arms at your elbows. Wrap your elbows around the backs of your legs. Bring your shoulders away from your ears so you're really engaging your upper body strength. And bring a little bit of body weight forward into your toes. Good. Take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, you pull. You're trying to lock out your knees as you lengthen your spine. Take one more breath. As you exhale, go a little bit deeper and change. Arms and ears together. Inhale, pulls the body up. Exhale, brings the arms down. And you just look forward, be still, and take a breath. Great. Second set. Arms up over the head sideways. Release your index finger, cross your thumbs. Inhale, get nice and tall, and begin. Bend the body to the right. Push your hips out to the left. So go right to where you left off. Go to that bones to skin stretch on the left side of the body. Are you breathing? Keep the breath in and out by the nose. And now here you go. Pull your arms. Push your hips. Bring your right shoulder forward. Bring your left shoulder back. Even off your shoulders. That left hip comes a little bit forward, and you go for it. Pull the arms. Push the hips. Come all the way down. Change. Come on up. Stop in the center. Take a moment. Inhale. Get tall. Exhale. Begin bending the body to the left. Keep your thighs pulled up and your glutes engaged. Go to that bones to skin stretch on the right side of the body. Good. Pull your arms back behind your ears. Right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. We're going to even off the shoulders. The right hip comes a little bit forward. And now push the hips out. Use your strong arms. Pull on the arms. Come all the way down and push. Change. Come on up. Stop in the center. Take a moment. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop your head back. Push your stomach, thighs, and hips forward and arms back. Eyes back. Open up the whole entire front side of your body. Let your head hang like a bowling ball, dead weight. Open your throat, open your heart, open your hips. Pull the arms back a little bit more. Change. Come on up. Inhale. Exhale. Fold the body forward. Bending the knees if you need to on the way down. Take another moment here just to bend the knees right and left, right and left. So second set, we're a little more warmed up. So let's do it. Grab the heels from behind. So you're going to bend your knees and step on your hands. Try to get all 5 fingers of each hand and little baby fingers side by side. Stomach on thighs, chest on knees. Drop your head. Try to touch your face. It might not go there for a while, but keep inching it closer and closer. And begin to pull on your heels, trying to lock out your knees. Good. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, bend your arms at your elbows. Use your breath. Your breath is here to guide you through your practice. So you take an inhalation, and as you exhale, you just go a little bit deeper. Bring some body weight forward into your toes. Keep pushing your hips up towards the ceiling. Try to touch your face on the legs below the knees. You have 2 more breaths. Bring your shoulders away from your ears. As you pull a little bit harder, change. Arms and ears together. Inhale, bring the body up. Good. Exhale, bring the arms down. Take a breath and be still. Right foot steps out to the right, so you have 6 inches between your toes and your heels. And please inhale your arms up so that they're parallel to the floor. Nothing loose, nothing hanging. Please take an inhale and exhale. Sit on down like you're sitting in a chair. I just put 6 feet behind you. You're going to sit all the way down. Keep your chest lifted and pull your navel in. Bring body weight back into the heels of the feet. Feel like you're going to fall down, but then you reach your arms forward so you don't go anywhere as you sit down and change. Come on up. Keep your arms there. Come high on your toes. Bring the body weight forward to that big in the second toe. You want your heels to be as high as you can. That's the first thing. And then you start to bend your knees. Your spine stays perfectly straight, like you're leaning against a wall behind you. So keep working the upper body back. Good. And keep kicking your heels up high. Keep 6 inches between your knees and your fingertips. Change. Push on up. Keep your arms there, heels down. Go a little bit on the toes and squeeze your knees together. So you have 1 big knee. Inhale. Exhale, just like you're sliding down that wall behind you. Your heels are going to come up in the air. You're going to come all the way down until your thighs are parallel to the floor. So you're squeezing your knees together, squeezing those outer thighs in. Think of your knees slightly pointing down towards the floor. Yes. So your knees are going to be in line with your hips, maybe slightly below your hips, and keep your arms strong. Change. Squeeze your knees tight and push on up. And then right foot back to left, arms by your side, and just take a breath. Good. Second set, right foot steps out to the right. Inhale, arms up, parallel to the floor. Next exhalation, sit on down, right where you left off. Good. So we're getting a lot of strength here in the lower body. So the more you sit down, the more strength is going to start to come in. The upper body is going to lift up like a standing Cobra Pose and pull your navel in. You might be able to see your rib cage visible in the mirror. So the upper body is strong and supportive as you sit on down. And change. Come on up. Keep your arms there. And now go high on your toes. So imagine I'm pulling your hair up towards the ceiling, and then you bend your knees. You don't need to go fast. Take your time here. You're kicking your heels up. You're working on balance and gathering strength. Heels come up. When that body starts to shake, just hold it and breathe. If you want to go further from there, fine. Maybe you just want to hold it right where you are. That's your choice. Change. Come on up. Heels go down. Keep your arms there. Go a little bit on the toes. Squeeze the knees together. Inhale and exhale. Come on down. Think of your knees pointing down to the floor as you sit on down. So if I was to come over and drop a ball onto your thighs, your ball would roll off your thighs onto the floor. If you want to bounce a few times to test your balance, you can do that. Or you can just find some stillness right where you are. And change. Come all the way up. Right foot back to left, arms down by your side. And let's do eagle pose. Inhale your arms up over your head sideways. Now right arm under your left arm. Swing your right arm under your left. They're going to twist at the elbows and then at the wrist so that your thumb is in front of your face. Take an inhale. Exhale, sit down nice and low. Right leg high up and over. Try to wrap your toes around the back of your calf. Your toes might not go there today. Just point them to the right side of the room. Give them that roadmap for where you want them to go. Now sit down. So we're working with compression here, trying to get as short as you can. You're going to lift your upper body like we were doing in awkward and pull your navel in as you get shorter. Change. Inhale, arms up. Left arm under the right. Left arm under right, twisting at the wrist, thumb in front of the face. Please inhale. Exhale, sit down. So the lower you go, it will help you get that left leg high up and over. Good. Trying to get your toes around the back of the calf. And then what's happening here? You're squeezing your elbows and your wrists together. You're pulling your elbows down to the floor. You're squeezing your knees tight. You're squeezing your toes around the back of the calf. So there's no light, there's no gap, and there's no air. Change. Come on up. Arms up. Right into our second set. Right arm under the left. Right arm under left arm. Inhale, exhale, sit on down, stay here, and then right leg high up and over. Now, if you've got your toes around the back of the calf, you've got your balance going on, the next thing you're going to do is look in the mirror, and you're going to work your right hip back and your left hip forward, starting to even off your hips. Keep lifting the chest and pulling that belly in as you get shorter, and change. Arms up. Left arm under the right. Left arm under the right arm. Thumb in front of the face, take a breath. Exhale, sit down. Inhale, left leg high up and over. So here you go. You're going to sit down. When you sit down, it helps you get your foot around the back of the calf. If you got your foot around the back of the calf, let's work that right hip forward and the left hip back. And keep lifting the upper body up. We're working on the 12 major joints of the body. We're going to send them some fresh synovial fluid, so sit on down and squeeze it tight. Change. Arms up. Good, arms down. Great, this is our official water break, so please help yourself to a small sip of water. Throughout the rest of your practice, you can drink water, but just in between the poses and not during the pose. If ever during the class you just feel like it's too much, it's just not a strong day for you, feel free to sit down on your mat and regroup and then come join us when you feel like you're ready. All right, so we're going to work on balancing for the next couple postures. So what's going to help you balance is your drishti, your focal point. So everyone look forward in the mirror and just find one spot. You're just going to rest your eye gaze on that one spot. When your eyes start to look around the room, it engages the mind, and it's a whole thing going on. So we're looking at that body-mind connection, focus, concentration, and when you focus your eyes on one spot, it's going to help with the balance so much. So let's bring our body weight into the left leg. Perhaps you want to look at your left knee and bring your right thigh up so it's parallel to the floor. You're going to lock out your left leg, round forward and grab your foot. Let's all look at that left leg in the mirror if you can see it. Interlace your grip underneath your right foot. Bring your thumb underneath your foot as well as best you can. Just going to meditate on your left leg. You're going to lock out your left knee. Pull up on your left thigh. Bring some body weight forward into the toes of your left foot and relax your toes on the floor so you're not gripping on the floor. The floor is going to support you, so bring that level of trust into your practice. If you can balance here comfortably, then move on by kicking the right heel forward, flexing all 5 toes back towards your face. You're trying to get that right leg locked out and parallel. Keep bringing the toes back, good, and the heel forward. If you were doing that comfortably, then you move on. You bring your elbows down alongside the calf. If you've fallen out, just jump back on in one last time. Let's try to finish up together here. Last little bit, you can top off your posture with chin to chest, forehead to your knee if you know what you're doing. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and change. Good, feet together, toes and heels touch. And take a breath. So now we shift the balance to the right leg. The left thigh lifts up parallel to the floor. Round forward and grab your foot. So pull in your tummy, suck in your stomach. There's so much abdominal strength here to be gained. We don't want to overlook all these little things here that the practice has to offer us. So pull your navel in. Bring your left thigh down so it's parallel to the floor, and then your left heel of your foot is directly underneath your left knee. So your left leg looks like the upside down letter L as in Linda, and flex your left toes back towards your face. You don't want to be able to see your toenails in the mirror. If your right leg is locked out solid, you move on. Keep it simple. If your right leg's locked out, you move on. You kick your foot forward. If it's not, you stay in part one. Doesn't make a difference. What makes a difference is that you are working to the best of your ability for what you can handle for today. Good. If the left leg's locked out in parallel, pull your elbows down. If you know these poses, you want to get all the way in to the full enchilada and bring your chin to chest and forehead to the knee, then please do so the last little bit here. Find focus and concentration for 3, 2, 1, and change. Good. Feel free to bring your hands to your lower back, push your hips forward, drop your head back if that feels good for you. And let's move on into our second set. Feet together, toes and heels touch. Please bring your right leg up, parallel to the floor, round forward and grab your foot. So now you're locking out the left leg, so we're doing it again. Been here once before. So we've got the roadmap. Jump on in, everyone. Here we go. Okay, you got that left leg locked out solid, you move on. Kick your right heel forward. If your right leg is locked out, parallel to the floor, you're balancing, the next step is to pull the elbows down alongside the calf. Squeeze them in close to the calf. Yep. And the last step is to bring your chin to chest and your forehead to the knee. Wherever you are, find some stillness in the posture. Focus on a breath if you haven't done that yet for your last 3, 2, 1, and change. Good. Bring the feet together, toes and heels touch. It just brings the hips into alignment. And now the right leg is locked out and solid. Lift your left thigh up, round forward, and grab your left foot. Here we go. Okay, so right leg locked out solid. Bring some body weight forward into your right toes. You don't want to sink into your heel. Once you've got that going on, you move on. Kick the left heel forward. Get toes back. Like you want to touch the mirror with the heel of your foot. There's so much energy shooting forward. Next step is to pull your elbows down alongside your calf. And the last and final step is to bring your chin to chest and forehead to your knee. Keep on breathing. Keep your one focal point. You've got 3, 2, 1, and change. Could do a little backward bend if you like. The heart rate tends to increase in the balancing postures. Normal. So you're not doing long, deep breathing through all the postures, especially with the element of the heat. But just be sure your breath is even in and out. Okay, let's do standing bow pulling pose. Right elbow is touching the body. Palm is facing up towards the ceiling. From here, the hand drops straight down, and you pick up your foot from the inside. Grab your foot from the inside. Good. And then bring your left arm up towards your ear. Bring your knees together to touch to start. This is step 1, is to lock out your left leg. Reach up through your left fingertips if you want to touch the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, begin to kick your right foot straight back behind you. Have that pull open your right shoulder. So you're kicking your foot up, back and up, and then slowly the body starts to come down. Keep your right knee behind you. You're kind of turning it out. Look in the mirror at your left leg, and the left leg is solid. So if you're wobbling around, the left knee's bending, find the stillness and get your balance back. You need to have that left leg solid and strong before you can move any further. Once you get the balance, you go forward. You kick your foot back. You kick your toes up. Jump back on in. Let's do it here. Body charges forward now, trying to touch the mirror with your left fingertips. You come all the way down, toes up, kick up, change. Feet together, toes and heels touch. So there's a lot of dynamics with all these poses, right? So just whatever you're working with is fine. But one thing that's going to help, how do you balance? We got to stretch up through these fingertips. Plant down. You got to kick back, and then right in the middle is the balance, is the stretching forward and the kicking back. And between those two polarities, you're going to find that balance in the middle. Left side, left elbow touching the body, palm facing up. Drop your left hand down, pick up your left foot from the inside. Bring your right arm up towards your ear. So here you're reaching, you're stretching, energetic. Right leg is solid and strong. Take an inhale and begin. Kick your left foot. So look in the mirror. Kick your left leg straight back behind you. Your legs going straight back. That left shoulder is getting pulled open. Good. Now the right fingertips are stretching and reaching. You want to touch the mirror with your right fingertips as you charge the body down and kick the toes up. Now if that right knee is bending, it's wobbling, just hold it steady. You don't need to push it if that leg's a little bit compromised. You hold it, you get your balance. And the last little bit of the pose, you turn it on here. The body's going to come down. Kick the toes up, open up that left shoulder, come on down for 3, 2, 1. Great. Change. Feet together, toes and heels touch. So where you leave off in that first set, that's going to be like that muscle memory of where you're going to go in that second set. So here we go. Right elbow touching the body, palm up, hand drops straight down, pick up your foot from the inside. Good. Bring your left arm up towards your ear. Knees together to start. Lock out the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, begin. Second set, you charge the body forward and you kick that right leg back as hard as you can. Good. Think of the leg like the rudder on a boat. It's going to steer the whole posture. So legs kicking straight back. Toes are kicking straight up. Look forward in the mirror. Keep your eyebrows parallel to the floor. Don't tilt your head right or left. Do the best you can. Body goes down. Toes kick up. Last little bit. Charge forward. Kick and stretch. Change. Take a breath. Great. Left side, left palm facing up. Drop your left hand down. Pick up your left foot from the inside. Bring your right arm up. So reach and stretch up. Plant that right foot into the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Begin. Charge the body down. Kick your left foot straight back behind you. So when those left toes, look in the mirror, when the left toes come up over your head, they're coming up directly center, not to the right, not to the left, but directly in the center of your head. Your toes are going to come up. Beautiful, Melissa. The body charges down. The toes are going to stretch and reach. Good. Reach your fingertips. Stretch the toes. You got 4. Come on in. 3, 2, 1. Change. Good. Feet together. So you got blood, you did some compression, you got blood rushing to the other side of your body right now. There's so much happening, and that's why we just go into the stillness and let that shift in healing and rejuvenation come into the body. Good, we have one more standing posture. Take a step to the back of your mat, please. If you're close to the back wall, come to the middle of your mat so you're not gonna put your foot on the back wall. All right, balancing stick. Inhale your arms up over your head sideways. Release your index finger, cross your thumbs. Good, take an inhale, and as you exhale, step forward on your right foot, point your left toes, body down and leg up. Come on down, capital T as in Tom. Upper body's gotta come down and your left leg has gotta come up. Point your left toes like you're trying to push a button on the back wall. Squeeze your arms against your ears. No broken umbrellas in here, and stretch and reach. Change, come on back. Good, let's step forward on your left foot. So you lock out your left leg, you point your right toes, stretch and reach. You're stretching forward, you're reaching back. The balance is right there in the middle. Good, arms with the ears. Drop your right hip down towards the floor. Lift your leg up, Heather. Leg up a little bit more. Good, body down. Now stretch and reach apart. Change, come on back. Arms down by your side. Just be still. We're getting the heart so strong in this 10-second or so posture. Good. Inhale your arms up over your head sideways. Release your index finger, cross your thumbs. Right foot steps forward, lock out the right leg, point your left toes, body down and leg up. Come on down. So it's like natural human tug of war. You're stretching forward and you're reaching back. Point your toes a little bit more. Let's bring that left hip down as you stretch and reach. Change. Come on back. Arms with ears. Let's bring your left foot forward. Lock out that left. Get your balance first. Come on in, body down and leg up. Good, I'll keep your eyes open, look on the floor, 4 feet in front of you. Lock out your legs, point your right toes. Yeah, there it is. Bring that right hip down. Now stretch and reach apart. Change, come on down. Arms down by your side. You know, we always think of muscles like our hamstrings, our quads, but what about our heart? You know, what about those internal muscles and those internal organs, right? In this yoga practice, we're working on all of it. Let's pivot to face this side wall and come to step all the way on the left side of your mat for our next couple of poses. Bring your feet together so that your toes and heels are touching. Just have your arms by your side. Please inhale your arms up over your head sideways. And right foot steps out to the right, a nice big step, and your arms come down parallel to the floor. So now your toes are in and your heels are out. Pull up on your thighs, take an inhale, and as you exhale, fold the body forward. Come all the way down. Now ideally, you're gonna grab your heels from behind. If you can't grab the heels, grab the sides of the feet or the toes, but you're grabbing on the outsides of the feet. If you can't grab your feet, grab onto your ankles, grab onto your calves, whatever you've got. Now, if your knees are bending, gently push back your knees. Once you can straighten out your knees, then you begin to pull by bending your arms at your elbows. Good, you're gonna pull on your heels. Trying to get your forehead to the floor. Here, bring your hands up here. You can grab here. Yes, grab underneath the toes. Now you can use your arms. Take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, go a little bit deeper. So we're stretching the backs of the legs, the hips, the spine stretching. Take one more breath. Exhale and pull. And change. Come on up. Long arms, come all the way up. Feet together, arms up over your head sideways. Arms down by your side. Good, and take a breath. Inhale your arms up over your head sideways. Right foot steps out to the right, arms down parallel. So if you can easily get your forehead to the floor, you're shortening your stance. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold the body forward. Come all the way down. Good, get your grip. Grab onto what you can underneath your feet, ankles or calves. Once your legs are straight, pull up on your thighs. Good, take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, begin, pull, bend your arms at the elbows. Even if it's just a little micro movement, bend your elbows. Take an inhale breath, pull in your belly, and as you exhale, go a little deeper. We're keeping it really simple here. We're breathing, we're stretching, we're strengthening. Doesn't mean it's easy, but it's so simple. Take one more breath and go a little bit deeper here and change. Come on up, long spine, long arms, feet back together, arms up over the top of your head, arms down by your side, and take a breath. Great, let's do triangle pose. Please inhale your arms up over your head sideways. Right foot steps out to the right, big, big step. Arms are down and parallel to the floor. Right toes turn out to face the right and bring your back toes in about 10 degrees. Good, push your hips forward and now bend your right knee for triangle. So the right knee is gonna bend. Just look down for a minute. You do not want your knees to go past your toes. So if you look down, you can still see your right toes. And try to get your right thigh down parallel to the floor. Flip your palms. And now bring your right elbow in front of your right knee. Try to get your fingertips down in between your big and the second toe, but there's no body weight on your fingertips against the floor. You gotta use your abdominal strength here. Now the left leg, lock it out. Lock out your left leg. Pull up on your left thigh, squeeze your left butt cheek, dig the outside edge of your left foot into the floor, and that right elbow is gently pushing against your right knee. Let's open up the right hip joint. Why not? And let's gather some strength there as you stretch and reach your arms apart. Change. Come on up. Straighten out your right leg. Right toes in, left toes out. Bring your right toes in a little bit more. Good. Hips forward and then bend your left knee. So you're trying to get that left thigh now down and parallel to the floor as the hips start to open. Flip your palms and go on in. The left elbow in front of the left knee. Try to get your fingertips down in between your big and your second toe. Now this right arm, reach it up towards the ceiling. Good. Pull your navel in. Keep that right leg strong. Pull up on the right thigh. Pull up on that right glute and reach the arms apart. Change. Come on up. Feet together, arms up over your head. And your arms go down. Good. Marriage of heart and lungs. One last time. Arms up. Right foot steps out to the right. Big step. Arms are down parallel. Right toes turn out. Left toes in. Hips forward and bend your right knee. Bless you. Flip your palms and go on in. Right elbow in front of your right knee. So your eyes are looking up towards the ceiling. Your left arm is reaching up. Your upper body is doing a slight spine twist, opening your heart up towards the sky here. Reach the arms apart and push your right elbow against your right knee. Change. Right toes turn in, left toes turn out, hips push forward, bend the knee. So you come on down, do your best you can to get that left thigh parallel, lock it into place, the lower body, and now upper body moves. So the lower body, just freeze it right where it is. So we hold the poses to all that strength to start to build. And then you work on the little nuances like the upper body. Let's think about that. Let's do it. Reach your right arm up. Start to bring the right arm maybe just back half an inch. Does that facilitate a little bit of a spine twist for you? See how that feels, and push the left elbow against your left knee. Change. Come on up. Feet together, arms up over your head. Arms go down. And just be still. Feel your heart beat. Feel all your strength. Arms up over your head sideways, palms and prayer thumbs cross. Right foot steps out to the right. So not so big this time, about 3 feet. And now pivot on your heels to face the back of the room. So you have your left toes forward, left hip forward. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest like you're choking your throat and round your spine. No flat backs, we're rounding the spine. Separate your hands on the floor, bend your right knee if you need to, and the next thing for everybody is forehead to your knee. So this is standing separate like forehead to knee. So forehead and knee have got to touch. So bring your chin to your chest, bend your right knee if you need to, and get your forehead to the knee as best you can. Then you push your forehead into your knee. We're stimulating the glandular system. We're flushing out our kidneys. Lots of stuff happening here. Do the best you can. Stay with your breath. Push your forehead into your knee and change. Palms together, slowly round on up. Good. Pivot to face the side. Pivot to face the front. Good. Now bring your back toes in a little bit. Try to bring that right hip forward, left hip back, and come on in. Round the body down. So the spine is rounded like a Halloween cat, right? The middle part of your back should be the highest point up towards the ceiling here. So we're going for compression. There's other poses where you do this with a long spine, but here in this practice, we're rounding our spine. Good. Now let's try to even off our hips a little bit. Bring the maximum body weight into your front foot, which is going to be your left, and the left hip is going to kind of push up, like you're going to step forward, and your right hip is going to work down and forward. Bring your hands to a prayer, slowly round up and push your right hip forward. Go slow. There's so much to gain in these little transitions of all the poses. Pivot to face the side, feet together, arms down by your side. That's why you can do this practice for years and years, and there's always something new that's gonna find you when you're ready for it. Arms up over your head sideways, palms into prayer, thumbs crossed. Right foot steps out to the right about 3 feet. Pivot on the heels to the back of the room. Good, so left hip forward. So work on your hips here. Work that left hip forward. Work your right hip back. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Look at your belly button and suck in your stomach. Round your spine. Good, you gotta use your abdominal strength to help you round that spine. You're gonna go for that nice compression here on the front side of the body as we kind of open up the back side of the body. Forehead to your knee. Do the best you can. If you have your forehead on your knee, you work your hands into a prayer position. Let's bring the right hip up. Right hip goes up. Like you're gonna step forward, that right hip lifts up, the left hip rounds down and forward. And change. Left hip a little bit forward. Can you go a little slower as you come up? Pull up on your thighs, pull your belly in. Pivot to the side. Please pivot to the front. Good, right hip forward, right toes in about 45 degrees. Inhale and exhale. Take your time as you go in. Pull up on your thighs. Can you keep your legs engaged as you go down? Keep sucking your stomach a little bit more. Good. Forehead goes onto the knee. So compression, right? Pineal, pituitary gland, our adrenals. We're getting some compression. We're getting some opening and some releasing. Good. Forehead pushes into knee. What I love about yoga is that this is a science. This is all like scientifically, there's a reason why you're pushing your forehead into your knee. You want to stimulate that area of your brain with a forehead pushing into the knee. Let's flush out the organs in the back side of the body for a moment and change. Bring your palms together, round on up. Pivot to the side, feet together, arms down by your side. Very nice. Pivot to face the front. I always like to have a water break here. You don't have to, but this is when I have my sip of water. And let's do our last standing posture, which is tree pose and half lotus. So when you're ready, you stand up, you bring your feet together so your toes and heels touch. And you're going to pick up your right foot from the inside with your left hand. And then your right hand goes into the center of your chest. Now just look in the mirror. Find that one point, because you're balancing again, right? So find that one spot you're just going to rest your eye gaze on. Gently, the right knee is dropping down to the floor, and gently your right knee is pushing back. But be careful with your knees. And think of lifting your chest up. So you're rooted through that left foot, then you're feeling lifted in the upper body. Change. And let's switch out the legs. Now you have your right leg strong, and pick up your left foot. And then left hand. So if your foot can stay here without slipping, that's when you can bring your right hand up into prayer. But if it slips, just hold on to it. Think of your hips, these two front hip points. Think of them gently scooping up towards the ceiling, and you'll feel a nice dynamic of that left knee stretch, and gently push down and back. Good, get a little taller here. Change, bring your leg down. Second set, do what we just did, or you can move on into toe stand. Pick up your right foot from the inside. So we all start in tree pose. You see what's going on, you can stay here. If you want to move on, toe stand. Bend your body forward, lower spine to the floor. Separate your hands on the floor, kind of fall into your hands. And then you bend your left knee and sit your hip down on your heel. If you're going to toe stand, look on the floor, 4 feet in front of you. Don't look in the mirror until you get your balance. Fingertips work back towards your hips. Fingertips push away from the floor. Then you work one hand up, the right hand up, and then the left hand up. And then you change. Bring your hands in front of you, push on up. And then bring your right leg down. And now please do the left side. So here we go on the left leg. So you got your tree pose, toe stand, begin. Bend the body forward. So the hands go in front of you. Bring your body weight into your hands as you sit down. Bend your right knee. Walk your fingertips back towards your hips. You push your fingertips away from the floor. That's going to help lift your upper body. Look at that one focal point. Work your hands into a prayer. Even if it's just for like a second, just kind of give your body that permission to see where it's at. And then change. Bring your hands in front of you and push on up. Very nice. Releasing from the pose, and turn around and relax in Shavasana. Grab a sip of water here. Shavasana. So you lie down on your back, your heels touch, your toes fall out to either side of the room. Okay. Flip your palms to face the ceiling. Here we're going to keep our eyes open because we still got some more yoga to do. And find a little spot on the ceiling to rest your eye gaze upon. So here in our yoga practice, working with the body and the mind, that connection. So physically, you bring your body into the physical relaxation pose, and let's bring your mind into that relaxation pose as well. So you still your gaze, and now keep it simple. Just focus on your breath in and out by your nose. It's normal for the mind to wander, think about what you're doing later or whatever, but just acknowledge that that's a thought, and now I'm going to focus on my breath, this next breath. Wind removing pose. Please lift up your right leg, bend your right knee, interlace your 10 fingers, get a grip on top of the right leg. Inhale. As you exhale, pull on your right knee down towards your right shoulder. So you're pulling your right knee down until you feel a compression in that right hip joint, and then you just freeze it. Be sure that left side, the left shoulder is on the floor. You don't want to roll to the right. So anchor both shoulders onto the floor and change. Bring your leg down. Please lift your left leg up. Interlace your grip. Inhale. Exhale, pull. Pull the knee down towards the shoulder. So you pull that left knee down until you feel the compression, and then you just hold it there. So you're creating compression on the ascending and the descending colon, working into the hip joint. And change. Bring the leg down. And now please bring both legs up and grab your elbows each other over your legs, like you're giving yourself a big hug. Now maybe you can't grab your elbows, but try. Just try for your elbows first. And then if that's not happening, grab on to your forearms. If you need to grab onto your wrist, just be careful there with the wrist. Now what are you doing here? You're pulling your knees into your chest. What's so great about the yoga practice, you're the one who's doing all the work. You're the one who's healing yourself. You're the one who's chosen to come here to bring balance into your life and in turn make the world a better place. Just by simply being here, connecting and breathing. Try to hug your knees in a little closer to your chest. Good, and change. Bring your legs down and just move back into Shavasana. Palms face the ceiling. Find your little focal point and take a breath. Right leg lifts up, interlace the grip. Please take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, pull your right knee down towards your right shoulder. Now, if your left leg is coming off the floor, flex your left toes towards your face and lengthen out your left leg. If your left leg's already flat on the floor, leave it, but you might need a little help. So make that left leg a little bit longer if you need to by flexing the foot. Change. Now, opposite leg, come on up. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, you pull. Exhale into the compression. Now you're gently bending your arms at the elbows. So you're using a little bit of upper body strength to bring your knee down. The right leg is long. If you need to flex your right heel, flex through the right heel to lengthen out the right leg, you can do so. Change, bring it on down. And now both legs come on up. So grab your elbows each other over the palms of the hands. So here you're trying to get your whole spine to be long on the floor. So perhaps you need to just tuck your chin in a little bit to your chest to lengthen through the back of the neck, through the crown of your head. And then as you pull your knees down into your chest, think of use that as some leverage to start to release your tailbone a little closer down to the floor, helping you to lengthen your spine. Change. And move right into stillness. You know, the world's a crazy place. There's always something going on. So how can you go from like that intensity to just being still? And it's such a gift that you're able to have that with this type of practice, with this yoga class. Great, let's do a sit-up. Arms up over your head, flex your toes back towards your face. Inhale will pull you up, double blast, exhale, forehead to your knees. Good. We do a whole bunch of those, we'll do more, but right now let's turn around and lay on your belly for Cobra Pose. So bring your palms flat on the floor and fingertips go down below the tops of your shoulders so your elbows are up in the air like a cricket. Chin is out, neck is long. You might be able to see yourself in the front mirror. Now bring your toes to touch. Push your hips into the floor. Squeeze your lower body tight. On your next inhale, gently peel the upper body up off the floor into Cobra. Good, so your eyes are looking up towards the ceiling. Your lower ribs are on the floor here. The shoulders are away from the ears. The elbow tips are reaching back towards your hips. Good. And just take another breath as you gather some strength in the pose. Change. Gently come on down. Release your arms by your side. Turn to face the right-hand side of the room. You get a few moments in between all the poses, so you just take a breath. Find a focal point. Your drishti. Look at perhaps at your water bottle, at the edge of your towel. Good, and let's do it again. Palms flat, fingertips down. Squeeze your legs together. Next inhale, begin. Come into Cobra Pose. This is kind of like a mini cobra. We're lifting up so those lower ribs are staying on the floor. Good. Toes are on the floor. Legs are pushing down into the floor. Elbows are reaching in. Find some stillness. Relax your face. Take a breath. And you come down. Turn to the left. Bring your arms by your side. And as you breathe, feel your belly press away from the floor as you inhale. Feel it relax as you exhale. Good, moving on. Flip your palms to face the floor. Palms face the floor. And then try your best to bring your elbows all the way underneath your body. Think of your little baby fingers touching side by side. It's not supposed to feel very comfortable, this one. Chin is out, neck is long. Lift your right leg up off the floor, 45 degrees. Lift it on up. 45 degrees is half of 90, a little higher than everyone thinks here. Yeah, good. Now straighten out your right leg. Drop your right hip down towards the floor. So you want the compression of your right hip bone onto your right forearm. Change. Left leg, point the toe, lengthen the leg first, like I'm pulling your leg back and then lift it up. So you're gonna go for the length, and then the length is getting pulled and your leg is lifting up. Beautiful. Now that left hip is down onto the left forearm, creating the compression. Once again, your body is just healing itself with its own weight. Good, that left hip is down, and change, you got it, bring it on down. Let's do both legs. So your mouth now goes down onto your yoga mat. You readjust your arms. Can you get your elbows a little closer together maybe? Now with both legs, touch your toes, lock your legs, make them solid like a board. You gotta squeeze your glutes. Take an inhale breath and begin. Both legs lift up off the floor. Here you go. Get your thighs up off the floor. Gotta use the glutes. Use your hands, push your upper body, push the upper body weight into the floor, shoulders down, lift up, go up, change. Good, arms out from under the body, turn to face your right. And second set, flip your palms flat, bring your arms under the body. Now your arms can really help you here. So just take a moment to feel your palms push into the floor and feel the body weight roll forward into the shoulders by using your arms, and lift your right leg up. So right leg is lifting and you're pushing your arms into the floor, pushing your body weight forward into the chest and shoulders. Change, bring it on down. Left leg, lift it up. So same thing, can you push forward into your chest and shoulders? You kind of feel how that can help you with the next part. Change. Mouth goes down, readjust, do the best you can, little bit by little bit. Now squeeze your legs together, lock your knees, point your toes. Here you go, lift up and go up. Use your arms, press your hands into the floor, push your body weight forward. There you go, legs up, lift up. You got 3, kick it up, 2, 1. Come on down. Release your arms from under your body. All right, you guys are doing great. Let's move on into full locust pose. So your chin is out and your neck is long on the floor. And you're gonna touch your toes and make your legs solid one piece. You're like a bird here. Take an inhale breath. Nope, we're doing full locust, arms out. Inhale, breathing, and begin. Lift everything up off the floor. So the arms lift up. The toes lift up. Gently bring your gaze up to help your upper body get up off the floor a little bit more. Try to lift everything up and change. Turn to your right. And our second set, chin is out, neck is long, so the arms are nice and long. We're getting your whole entire back nice and strong. Inhale, inhale, breathing. Begin. Lift up and go up. Good. Touch your toes, squeeze your glutes, and lift your legs up a little bit higher. Good. Now lift your arms up. You got 3. Lift it up. 2, 1, and bring it on down. Turn to your left. All right, now we're going to do floor bow. This is one of my favorites. Bend your knees and grab your feet from the outside. Now we're always kind of forward, driving, on the phone, computer. So this is going to open the whole front side of the body. All right, grab your feet, and here we go. Next inhale, begin. Kick your toes straight back. Pull open your shoulders and kick your toes up towards the ceiling. Gently just bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. That's actually going to help those shoulders to open up a little bit more. Good. So toes up, eyes up. Try to kick your toes up a little bit higher and change. Turn to your right. I feel like a yoga class is never complete unless I get to do floor bow. Let's do it again. Grab your feet from the outside. So the posture is going to start, excuse me, is going to start with the kick. And then when you kick your toes up, that's what's going to lift your upper body up off the floor. So here we go. Take an inhale and begin. So start to kick back. And then as you kick up, it's going to help that upper body to lift up. Think of your legs helping you to do a really good Cobra Pose. Good. And you're going to breathe. As you exhale, kick your toes up a little bit higher. Just a couple more breaths. Try to kick your toes up nice and high. Really open the whole front side. Change. Come on down. Good. Turn to your left. Bring your arms by your side. Just take a breath. Please bring your palms to the floor, lift your body up, come to the top of your yoga mat for fixed firm pose. So here you're going to separate your feet and sit your hips down in between your heels, and be sure that your toes and heels are in one line. You can open up your knees a little bit here if you need to. And if this is enough of a stretch, just stay here. Bikram would say you can mess with the gods, but you cannot mess with your knees. So if this is enough, just stay here. And if you want more, you move on. Right hand to right foot, left hand to left foot. The right elbow will touch the floor. The left elbow will touch the floor. If you're all the way down there, bring your arms up over your head, elbows into the palms of your hands. Good, and just take a few breaths. Good, keep your hands at your sides. Try to work your feet out a little bit if you can. Yeah, you can keep your body weight forward with your hands. Does that feel better? Okay, let's do. If you're all the way back there, your stomach and chest are lifted up towards the ceiling. The knees gently push down and in. And change. Come on up, one elbow at a time, one by one. Turn around and relax in Shavasana. So as you know, you don't get a whole lot of time in our short mini Savasanas. So you just bring yourself to lay on the floor and go right into stillness. This is like your gas station for your practice, right? And what's the fuel? Your breath. So you start to breathe consciously, you start to breathe long and deep, and that's going to fuel your body. It's going to fuel your mind so that you can move on. Let's do a sit-up. Arms up over the head, flex your toes back, arms up, take an inhale, come on up. Double blast, exhale, try to grab your toes and pull your forehead to the knees. Good, please turn around, you got your second set. So separating the feet, so they're on either side of the hips, but slightly touching the hips. Toes and heels in one line, good. So you've been here once before. Once you're ready to go back, right elbow touches, then left elbow. So wherever you're at in this posture, let's consciously just breathe. You're creating this compression in your knees and your ankles, right? We're on our feet all day long, let alone other things you do physically with your body, working out, running, just so many different things. So this is the posture that's, for me, very humbling. It shows me right where I'm at every single day that I do it. And then gently change. So this is a really, this is a really strong practice, but also you're the one who can be gentle with your body as you do your practice. Working in the strength and still be nourishing within that. Good, find your focal point up on the ceiling and just be still. Inhale, the belly rises. And exhale, the belly falls. Good, sit up. So the arms come up, strong legs. Inhale, come up. Double blast, exhale by the mouth as you fold forward. Good, let's turn around. Come to the middle of your yoga mat, please, for half tortoise, sitting your hips on the heels. Inhale your arms up over your head sideways. Your palms come to a prayer position. Your thumbs are crossed. And squeeze your arms against the ears. Long fingers. Take an inhale. Exhale. Fold the body forward. Pull your navel in. So as you come down, you're lengthening your spine. Forehead to the floor. Keep your arms in the air. Just have your little baby finger touching the floor. Bring your chin away from your chest so your whole forehead is on the floor. And now you breathe. Feel your breath. Feel your breath opening your back. Feel your breath helping to lengthen your spine and bringing your hips down towards your heels. Squeeze your knees tight and come on up. Good, arms go down. Please turn around and relax. Shavasana. Sit up, arms up. This double blast exhale is going to give you energy, so nice and strong. Good, turn around. Let's go right into our second set. Lots of abdominal strength here as well. Arms up, palms in prayer. Inhale, pull your navel in, and as you exhale, pull your navel in as you reach and stretch forward as you come down. Stretching and reaching your arms forward and reaching your hips back. The poses look perfect. Now all you need to do is just breathe. So physically you get yourself into these poses, and now there's nothing to do but just breathe while you hold the pose. Squeeze the knees together tightly and pull the body up. Pull your navel in to come on up. Good, arms go down. Turn around and relax, Savasana. All right, let's do a sit up. The arms come up, flex your toes back, pull up on your thighs. Try to grab your toes and pull your forehead to your knees. Good, let's turn around for Camel Pose. Come towards the top of your yoga mat. Your palms are gonna go on your lower back. You got the fingers down, thumbs on the outside, and then elbows are gonna pull in to open your chest to start. Inhale, lift up towards the ceiling. Exhale, drop your head back. Just look for the wall behind you. Make sure your knees are open 6 inches apart. And then if you can bring your right hand to your right foot and your left hand to the left foot. If you cannot grab your feet today, just keep your hands on your lower back. Good, and now you're breathing. Feel the whole heart center open, feel your throat open. You're gonna be talking all day. Let's open that up so we can speak truth and clarity. Push the stomach, thighs, and hips forward to the front of the room. And change, come on up. One hand at a time, one by one. Turn around and relax. Sit up, arms up, blow it out. Let's turn around for the second set. I'm gonna give you guys a modification option. So if your hands aren't reaching your feet yet, but you're almost there, Something that you can do is tuck your toes under to lift your heels up, and then from this position you may be able to grab the heels of your feet. That's okay, you can do that, and then over time you'll gain more flexibility and be able to bring your feet flat. So if you're not there yet, you want to try tucking your toes under, lifting the heels, please do so. Okay, so come on up. You can open up your knees 6 to 8 inches. If you want to tuck your toes under, get your heels lifted for some leverage there, you can. Hands lower back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop your head back. Go on down halfway. See if you can grab your feet or the heels of the feet. If not, just keep your hands on the lower back. As you inhale, think of your chest lifting up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, gently your hips are pushing forward towards the front of the room. Take 2 more breaths. When you're done, you can change, or you can stay in for an extra breath or 2 if it feels good. And in these Shavasanas, this is a time for your body to reorganize. It's a time for you just to check in. We're not checking out just yet. We want to continue on this inward journey that we're on. Believe me, we'll all have plenty of opportunities to check out throughout the day. All right, let's do a sit-up. Arms up, toes back. Let's turn around for rabbit pose, Asangasana. You're going to sit on hips on the heels. Bring the corner of the towels up and over the heels of the feet. You kind of have a loose grip to start with the thumbs on the outside and fingers on the inside. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, round down through your spine. Come on down. So here, the top of the head is on the floor, and try to get your forehead to touch to your knees. Forehead and knees touch. You grab onto those heels and you push your hips up like you're going to do a somersault forward, but you don't go anywhere because you're holding onto your heels. If your forehead and knees are not touching, bring the body weight on top of your head and walk your knees up one by one. They may not touch today, but you're going to get a little closer each time. Keep pushing your heels up. And now what's left to do? Breathe. Feel the breath in your back. If you don't feel the breath in your back, suck in your stomach a little bit more. Push your hips up a little bit higher. Straighten out your arms. Keep those elbows, the arms nice and straight as the hips push up. And change slowly. Head will come up last. Shavasana. And just take a breath. Find your spot on the ceiling. And let's do a sit-up. Arms up, toes back. It took me like 3 years to figure out this one pose. So just know we all have our poses that we just can't figure out for a while, and maybe we're just not ready to hear it, or our body just isn't ready to process it or be in it. But the one thing that really helped me was once I was in and I sucked in my tummy and then I breathed into my back and my shoulders, I was like, oh, there it is. It took all this time. So I wanted to share that with you because maybe that will help you. All right, grab from over the towel. Take an inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, round down through your spine. Come on down and bring your forehead to your knees. Then grab the heels and push your hips up nice and high. Now from here, look at your belly button and suck in your stomach as much as you can right here. Pull your navel in, and then the hips push up, and then you focus on your breath. Perhaps you can feel your breath opening the shoulders. And as you deepen the pose, you'll feel your breath in your middle spine and in your lower spine. And try to straighten your arms up a little bit more as your hips push up. Good, and change. Come on up. One vertebra at a time, one by one. Shavasana. Sit up, arms up, flex your toes. Try to grab onto your toes, bend your elbows, forehead to knees. Turn around for some separate leg stretching. So the right leg is going to come out corner-wise. Bend your left knee. The left sole of your foot is into your right inner thigh. Inhale your arms up over your head sideways. Get your grip, and you go on down to the right. Grab your right foot. Try to grab below your toes if you can. Now, if you cannot grab your foot, please bend your right knee so you can grab your foot. And in this position, your forehead is on your knee and your spine is rounding. Your belly is pulling in. And then once that right leg is long on the floor, you can start to pull your elbows down towards the floor. And let's roll the left shoulder in and down to get those two shoulders in one line. Good, and change. Come on up. Switch out your legs. And then you go down to the left. So try to interlace all 10 fingers, including your thumb. Bring your grip underneath your toes, below your toes. And bend your left knee if you need to, so you can get the forehead and knee to touch. The right shoulder is going to roll in and down. The right shoulder. So you're working the two shoulders in one line, and if you've got that leg long on the floor, bend the arms at the elbows. Good, and change. Come on up. Both legs out in front. Lie down, sit on up. All right, here we go. Everyone, just to start our first set with this, let's everybody bend your knees. Take your first two fingers, grab onto your big toe. So everyone just start here, and if you can see me, see how my spine's all rounded? On your next inhale, inhale to a long spine. And as you exhale, the heels start to kick out. Okay? If you can get your legs all the way straight and your spine is still long, great. If your spine is still rounding here, you're just going to work on lengthening your spine. But once you get your legs, see my hamstrings are really tight today. So once you get your legs straight, that's when you start to pull. I did this yoga class, there was like 100, like 50, some Kundalini class, there's like 50 squats in it. So I really cannot do that, those hamstrings are tight. So if your legs are long, you're going to pull by bending your arms at the elbows. Actually, after this class, I am teaching a Kundalini class, so if you want to stay for another yoga experience, you can. All right, take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, lengthen your spine. You take an inhale, and as you exhale, you go deeper. So if the knees are bending, you're just getting your legs longer. If your legs are straight, you're pulling. One more breath. Good, and change. And I took that class 3 days ago. So you know how it goes. Sometimes it takes a day or two to feel it in your body. So your palms are faced up. Eyes are open. You just take a breath here. You know, so much of the hard work it's over. Now we're just getting all the little nooks and crannies. These last couple of postures just really prepare you for your next class. Good, let's do a sit-up. Arms up, toes back. So this separate leg stretching we're doing on the floor, it's that first balancing pose where you kick your leg out and you bring your forehead to the knee. It's the same thing, but you're on the floor and you don't have to balance. All right, so arms up over your head. So this is your 10-finger grip. You go down and you grab your foot, just like in that pose, right? So you're grabbing, so you get to work on your grip and you don't have to balance. That is why you're gonna bend your right knee and get your forehead to your knee and work on your grip. And then from here, you work on making your right leg longer. And if you were balancing on your left leg right now, this shows you how far you could kick out that leg, where you're at with your flexibility with it all. And once the leg is that right leg is straight on the floor, that's when you work on the elbows pulling down and in, squeezing the elbows in as you pull down. Good, and change, come on up. Left leg out, bend your right knee. On your next exhale, you go down. So we're also working on the shoulders being even, so that right shoulder drops in and down. Think of the heel of your foot being the furthest point away from your body. Change, come on up. Both legs out, lie down, sit on up. Good, so set up your posture. So this pose, we want to work on getting the spine long. So if your legs are straight, that's why you're pulling. You're pulling to make your spine longer. And if your spine isn't straight, you're going to work on lengthening your spine as you lengthen out your legs. Take an inhalation, and as you exhale, begin. Lengthen your spine as you exhale. It's simple. You're just going to lengthen your spine as you exhale. So maybe you're pulling to lengthen your spine and try to get your forehead to touch your thumbs or your big toes. But if your knees are bending, you're going to inhale, and as you exhale, lengthen your spine. And perhaps as you lengthen your spine, those legs can get a little bit longer. It's all connected, right? You take another breath, and you just lengthen out the body. You take one more breath, and just go a little deeper. Good, and change, turn around, Shavasana. Sit up, arms up, toes back, make it a good one. Good, please pivot to face your right to that side wall. And you're gonna bend your left leg on the floor and bring the heel of your right foot up and over that left knee corner. Bring your right arm behind you. It's like a kickstand on a bike. Use your right arm to make your spine long. Inhale your left arm up and then over and push that arm gently against your right leg. Try to grab the knee that's on the floor. You may not grab it or grab onto your towel or your yoga mat. Don't sit on your left foot. Bring your left foot out from under your hip if you're sitting on your foot. Good, and then point your left toes in the direction you're gonna start to twist your spine. So your chin looks over your shoulder. You can see yourself in the mirror, and then just move your gaze down the mirror to that wall behind you. Take an inhale, you pull your navel in, and as you exhale, you gently twist. Drop your right hip down a little bit if it's come up off the floor. You take another breath and twist a little deeper. Good, and change. Do a little counter twist if you'd like, and switch out your legs. So now the right knee is bending, the left foot comes up and over the right knee corner, and your left hand is behind you. So use the left arm to lengthen your spine. Inhale your right arm up and then over. Push the left leg back gently and try to grab your knee that's on the floor. If it's not gonna grab, you can grab onto your towel or your yoga mat. Use it as some leverage to help you twist. You take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, you twist a little deeper. So don't look up or down, just look eye level. Want to keep your chin parallel to the floor, don't want to tweak out your neck. Good, and keep on twisting, left hip down as you twist, and change. Do a little counter twist if you'd like, and lie down for Savasana. Good, so we're finished with all the asanas, all the poses. We're gonna wrap it up with a final breathing exercise, a nice, strong, fiery breath to push out any remaining toxins. Physically, you can use it for emotional cleansing as well. Let's do a sit up to begin. Arms up, toes back, forehead to knees. Turn around, so your hips on the heels. If this is not comfortable, then you can sit cross-legged. Just sit in a comfortable position where you can have a long spine for Kapalabhati breathing. So I'm just gonna demonstrate, so don't do it yet. So this breath, the navel's gonna pull in as you exhale. So it will look and sound like this. Okay, if you start to get a little bit dizzy or lightheaded, you're doing it wrong. So just take a breath, take a pause, and then join back in, okay? Let the belly hang. We're gonna start slow. Excuse me. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You could swallow, lick your lips. So we're gonna do it twice as fast, and I'll just give you a suggestion if you'd like to take it. Close your eyes for a moment, and then open your eyes just enough to see the silhouette of yourself in the mirror. So your eyes are open just enough so you can see the silhouette of your being. Please inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, please seal your practice if you'd like. Turn around for your final Shavasana. There is time within the class, time for Savasana. So you can open up your legs a little bit wider if it feels good. Open your arms further away from your body. Close your eyes. Let your eyes sink deeply into their sockets. Allow the floor to support the weight of your body. Here in Shavasana, let go of focusing on your breath. Just simply let go of anything. And just bask in the reality of your being. Know that you are complete and whole just the way you are right now. It's been a pleasure teaching all of you. Please take a few more moments here. Namaste.